Hi friends, welcome to my channel Math Science Solver. Today we will learn balancing of chemical equations under acid, salts and bases NCERT 10th grade. If you like this video, please share, like, subscribe and press bell button. Okay, let us start the topic. Balancing of chemical equations. Before we move to the topic, let us review what is chemical change and what are the types of chemical change. It is the chemical reaction that is occurring in your brain which makes you to understand what I am teaching now. You can see chemical reactions everywhere. See here fruits. What do you see now? Jam. Jam and fruit are totally different. Although you get the jam from fruits, still jam differ from fruit by its color or taste or texture. Fruit has transformed into something totally new called as jam. So now next we have milk and then we have curd here. You get curd from milk, but still curd is totally different from milk when you compare it with its texture or color or the taste. It is totally different. So milk has changed into curd. Then you have an iron tawa now here. If you leave that tawa in the moist place or in the air, after few days you can observe brown spots on the iron tawa, and these brown spots are due to rust. A chemical reaction is a process in which one or more substances are converted to one or more different substances. How this happens? It happens by reorganization of atoms. Bonds are broken and new bonds are formed, and with this you can find the changes what you found now when fruit converted into jam or milk to curd. All these changes is observed by reorganization of atoms. So here one point to remember is mass can neither be created nor destroyed. So this applies to chemical reactions also. So what are the signs that indicate there is some chemical reaction? What indicates that a substance has undergone some chemical reaction? First thing is color change. You might find some change in the color. You might find some temperature change. There might be a precipitate that forms, or there might be gas liberation. All these four are the very general indications of chemical reaction. After you know there is some chemical reaction has happened, and after you know there is some indications which tell you there is some change and it is a chemical change, you need to find out what type of reaction has happened. It can be classified into 4 types. First one is combination reaction, in which two substances combine themselves to give a new substance, that is single substance. For example, magnesium here combines with oxygen to give magnesium oxide. Here two substances, magnesium and oxygen, combine themselves to give magnesium oxide. Next is decomposition reaction, in which, as an example here we have lime, that is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate, when it undergoes chemical change, it forms two substances, that is calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So single substance calcium carbonate changes itself into two substances, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Next is displacement reactions. First is single displacement reaction. Here you see zinc combines with copper sulfate to give zinc sulfate plus copper. Here zinc being more reactive, it takes the place of copper, and copper easily gives its place, and zinc comes in the copper's place to give zinc sulfate. So here copper sulfate changed to zinc sulfate. This is called as single displacement reaction. Sodium sulfate combines with barium chloride to give barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. Here barium chloride has changed to sodium chloride and sodium sulfate changes to barium sulfate. That is, they have interchanged their position, and this is called as double displacement reaction. With this background, let us now start balancing the equations. Metals will combine with acid to give metallic salts and hydrogen gas is liberated. As an example, here we have zinc which combines with hydrochloric acid to give zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is liberated. Let us try to balance this equation. Zinc plus HCl. Here S means solid, AQ means aqueous, and G means gas. It will show the state of that matter. You see, in the reactant side, the number of atoms are not matching with the number of atoms present on the product side. Such equations are unbalanced or skeletal chemical equations. Now we have to try to balance number of atoms on both sides so that reactants and products have same number of atoms. Here in the reactant side we have one chlorine atom, whereas in the product side we have two chlorine atom. In the reactant side we have one hydrogen atom, whereas in the product side we have two hydrogen atoms. So let us try to balance it. If we add one hydrochloric acid extra on the reactant side, we'll be able to balance this equation. It's a very simple equation. So now it's balanced. So zinc, it combines with hydrochloric acid to give zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. It's not balanced. Now you add hydrochloric acid, one molecule on the reactant side. Now it is balanced. In the next example, zinc combines with sulfuric acid to give zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. Here, reactant side have same number of atoms as in product side. Sulfur is same, oxygen number of atoms are same, 4, 4. Hydrogen it is 2 on the reactant side, product side it is 2. Zinc is 1, on the product side is also 1. So it is balanced. So no need of any balancing here, it's balanced. Zinc plus sulfuric acid will give you zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. So let us move to next example. Aluminium combines with sulfuric acid to give aluminium sulfate and hydrogen gas is liberated. Here you can see reactant side have less number of atoms when compared to product side. Reactants and products are not matching. So let us try to balance it. In the product side, you take the compound which has more number of atoms in it. Here you can see aluminium sulfate has more number of atoms. So we'll try to balance that numbers in the reactant side. So here in the product we have 2 aluminiums and 3 sulfur and 12 oxygen atoms. So let us try to make sulfur 3 on the reactant side by adding 2 sulfuric acid molecules. So now we have 3 sulfur on the reactant side. In the product side also we have 3 sulfur atoms. Oxygen 12. In the product side also it is 12. Then hydrogen reactants are 6, whereas product is here only 2. So this hydrogen is not balanced on the product side. So let us try to add the remaining hydrogen molecules. 1 hydrogen, H2, another H2. So totally we have here 3 H2s, which makes us 6 hydrogen atoms. So both sides it's balanced, but still aluminium is not balanced. In the product side we have 2 aluminium, whereas in the reactant side it is just 1 aluminium. So let me add another aluminium on the reactant side to balance it. See, now it's completely balanced. Aluminium plus sulfuric acid gives aluminium sulfate plus hydrogen. So balancing it, we have 3 sulfuric acid on the reactant side and 2 aluminium on the reactant side. Now it's balanced. Next we have magnesium. It combines with hydrochloric acid to give magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas is liberated. It's not balanced, so we'll add 1 hydrochloric acid on the reactant side to make chlorine atoms 2. See, in the magnesium chloride we have 2 chlorine, but in the reactant side we have only 1 chlorine. So now I will add another hydrochloric acid to make 2 chlorine on the reactant side, 2 chlorine atoms. So now it's balanced. So everything is balanced. Magnesium is 1 on the product side. Chlorine is also balanced. Hydrogen is also balanced. So magnesium plus hydrochloric acid will give you magnesium chloride plus hydrogen. So add 1 more hydrochloric acid. See, now it's balanced. So thank you for watching this video.